we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously.
God, you can fall asleep listening to her. Like going out in the woods and camp. God, she's unbelievable, isn't she? She gets up there telling us about how serious she is about inflation. Really? She's not serious at all. I mean, first of all, if she was serious about inflation, and Biden was serious about inflation, when they took office, they wouldn't have created inflation. That's right. They created it. Inflation is not anything difficult. It's really easy to create. It's created by one thing only. The government prints all this money, and they spend more money than they take in taxes, also called deficits, which they have to be paid. So what she's saying, again, is how she's serious about this.
It is something that we take very seriously.
They're taking inflation very serious. What a bold-faced lie. If that was true, then all this spending would not have occurred. They would have not lifted the debt ceiling. This is all a lie. They take it seriously. Then why then did you, Harris, and Biden spend $104 million we didn't have in the blue states on your Democrat governors for ski areas, golf courses, electric ferry boats, bird sanctuaries? Yeah. How does that reduce inflation? Well, let me tell you a little secret. The name of the bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, they came up with that name when they had the other bill going, which was the Build Back Better plan. In other words, they had this bill they were calling Build Back Better. Here, listen to this, and you'll understand how skanky these people are.
But there is also a point that is important to make on the Build Back Better framework. One, it is designed to make it less expensive for working people to live. Build Back Better is not going to cost anything. We're paying for it.
Another lie. So let me play both of these together. And then you're going to get an opinion, really, of these two bills.
Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously. But there is also a point that is important to make on the Build Back Better framework. One, it is designed to make it less expensive for working people to live. Build Back Better is not going to cost anything. We're paying for it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And then, of course, all the crickets go back to sleep. It's amazing, isn't it? So let's break it down. This is one of the biggest lies, biggest frauds played on you and I as Americans. So remember the two names. The Build Back Better, she's talking about how it's going to not cost us anything. It's going to be really no cost to it, hardly. And then the Inflation Reduction Act. Oh, here's what happened. The Build Back Better had so much stuff in it, $500 billion, okay, in green energy. $500 billion they snuck in that bill. They snuck in another $200 billion for more Obama subsidies, because Obama subsidies, they need them, because remember, Obamacare is a failure. It's not inexpensive. You and I are subsidizing this thing. So they snuck that in there. They snuck all kinds of stuff in for big business. They also snuck in a huge increase in taxes under the Build Back Better program that she says is not going to cost us anything. Are you kidding me? It started to take so much heat because of the cost. They got clever. Oh, and by the way, the billions they're putting in for climate change too, okay, was just outrageous. And they took out of the bill all the things they're supposed to do to lower the prescription costs for our seniors and retirees. So they turned around and changed the name. No longer would they call it the Build Back Better plan, because there's so much heat on it. They said, let's call it the Inflation Reduction Act, which doesn't reduce a bit of inflation. Matter of fact, Biden already admitted that, because it's so silly to name it that. So then they masked this massive, expensive inflation. Because again, remember, how's inflation created? Only one thing creates inflation: when the government, the president and vice president spends, and their Congress spends more money they take in. This was such a crazy, enormous costing bill. So they said, then let's fool the American people. We'll change the name to the Inflation Reduction Act. Oh, yeah, we need that. Good. Thank God they went to the Inflation Reduction Act. So then what they did is they covered up with, well, we're going to build some bird sanctuaries. We're going to build these beautiful electric ferry boats, build some golf courses. Let's build some ski areas. And it'll be all in blue states, Democrat governors. But underneath all that masking is this mess, this very expensive mess people don't know about. Now she gets in and starts lying This whole thing she's saying is a lie. That's why this guy said it's the most idiotic thing I ever heard. And it is. So you can't believe a thing she's saying. You can't. And who is she to think she's going to remind us, the people, that the cost of living going up? Let me tell you, Harris is dumber than a sausage. She wouldn't be able to identify the cost of living if she tripped over it. And she's reminding us who are living through it. Oh, by the way, you better know there's some inflation out there. Are you kidding me? She's going to be president too. Oh.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. It really makes me grumpy when I hear Harris get out there and preach to us, there's inflation, and it's really hurting our people. I mean, this has got to turn your stomach. Listen again.
Well, let's start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more.
Well, why? Because of you and Biden. When you walked into the office, Oval Office, the first thing you did is you destroyed. Your first part of your new monetary policy was to destroy our oil or our energy independence. Gasoline went up 98%. Everybody knows what happened. That was them. That was her. Then they came out with these ridiculous programs. The Inflation Reduction Act, when it had no more. I mean, how building ski areas and ferry boats and golf courses a reduction of come on. I can't speak. I get so angry. I mean, this is stupid. Then she talks about how this Build Back Better plan is terrific. Well, it's the same plan, but they mashed over. It's the same plan. But what they did is they knew by putting in all this green energy costs, $500 billion, $600 billion, $1 trillion, that all was green energy, that they had to give it a name that would, fool people. And that's what they did. And this is what's killing us, is this spending that we don't have. It's that simple. That causes a deficit. Then Powell has to print money to pay that deficit. It's the law. Deficits, when you print money to pay them, that's inflation again. Then to combat the inflation that Powell created by printing, he then has to raise his rates even higher, causing the value of our dollar to go down, causing the stock market to go down. Because every time yields go up, the stock market goes down. And Harris thinks she's got to bring to the attention of the American people the cost of living's going up. Oh no, I think the American people are well aware that she and Biden caused the inflation, and their Senate and their House of Representatives. They controlled it all from the day they walked into the White House. The biggest part was this green energy program. Spending money we don't have. That's irresponsible. That caused 40-year high inflation. And now she's going to tell us, isn't this something? We have inflation. Isn't this sad? And we, the Democrats, we're going to take care of all this. We just found this out. The inflation's terrible. when they caused it. Spending going wild. Budgets. Nearly 40% of our full-time workers can't cover their basic household budget. I'm talking about a household between a husband and a wife making combined income of $70,000 to $75,000. They can't meet their household budget. So that caused a record 3-year increase in part-time workers. A 3-year increase. People had to go work part-time besides their full-time job. And she's telling us how compassionate she is. Retirees, due to Harris and Biden spending money we don't have that caused the inflation, that causes deficits, they have to print more money to pay. It's unbelievable. Prescriptions. You think they got to really remind our retirees the costs have increased? Not only do our retirees postpone filling their prescriptions, many of them fill it by half. They don't have the money. Many have been postponing their much needed medical care, including major dental work. And here we go. The PPI comes out. Showed inflation rose for the first time in a year. First time in a year. It rose, didn't go down. I've been telling you all along, inflation's going to keep on going up. They can lie all they want that inflation's coming down. No, it's not. But then what do they say? The Fake Business Network comes out and says, yes, but it rose less than expected. Oh! Then Kramer says, hey. Bye. Yeah, because, get this, it rose less than expected, and the market goes up 485 points because they said on CNBC yesterday and Fox Business, hey, but wait a minute, it's okay. It rose, it could have been much worse. And who bought the stock? Who are the stupid people that went and bought stock yesterday that ran up to 485 points? And then when they got up there, they looked around. They were there by themselves. These are the tourists, what we call tourist investors. They don't have an idea, they don't have a clue what they're doing. They looked around. Wait a minute, where are the institutions? Because these stocks can't sit, this price can't stay up here unless we have institutions. Unless we have J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, we have the pension funds, we have 401ks, we have mutual funds, managers all buying. They're not buying. Why would they buy? They're not going to pay $20 for every $1 of earnings when they historically been paying $15 to $17. So they're up there by themselves. And all of a sudden the market, boom, goes right back down. And I told my gang as the market was rallying, this is not going to last. It didn't. No institutional buyers. And this is what you got to be afraid of this market right now. The institutional buyers are sitting on the sideline. All they're doing now is participating in a fraud. They're holding the market up as much. They did the same thing with the dot-com crash right before it crashed. Did the same thing with the housing financial crash. Held it up before it crashed. They're doing the same thing now. If you study the markets, the dot-com crash, the housing financial crash looks just like it is now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so there we go. We got it back. All right. So let's think about this for a moment. So we got all this massive debt right now, and the interest rate that we're paying is about 4.4%. Okay, that's not, well, it's more than that. What am I talking about? The 10-year is 4, but the 3-month treasury is at 5.4. So the interest we're paying on our debt is killing us. But not if the debt was lower. But see, they don't care about how the debt affects you and me. They don't care. Because the more debt we have, then Congress knows that our dollar, the value goes down. Because remember, we got to keep printing money. Every time they spend money, we got to print it. Because we got to pay for that deficit over and over again. And when you keep spending that money and you have all this inflation, I mean, you just can't get out of it. It's just a cycle. But they don't care because they say, well, you know what? Now we got all this debt. And the dollar's going to keep going down because this debt, we have to pay it. These deficits, we have to print money to pay it. So our value of our dollar's going down. So that means we can reduce our loans with China without writing a check. This is how they think. So if I have $1 million I owe China, I can get it down to 800 without writing a check by just devaluating the dollar. So now China's holding the debt in dollars, and that means the debt goes down. This is how they think. This is how they think in Congress. How they think. So again, when they tell you that don't worry, okay, earnings, they're the worst in 25 years. Don't worry about that. As long as they're beating their estimates, what should you do? Buy. Yeah, they're telling you now, if a company beats its estimate, never mind, their earnings are terrible. And remember what they do, too, is they underestimate their earnings. So if the earnings were going to come out, with going to be 99 cents, the company knows it's going to be 99, so they spoon feed the analyst from Wall Street who covers the company and say, no, it's going to be 98. So the analyst goes out, tells everybody it's going to be 98 cents. Then when we report our numbers, we come out, it's not 98, it's 99. Oh, everybody goes crazy. Look at that. Wow, we beat the estimates by a penny. But no more. Things are so bad now. Earnings are so terrible. Now they got a new trick to screw you with. Now they're telling you, oh, listen, we have good news here. Earnings, worse than 25 years. These earnings are horrible. Don't worry, though. You know what? The company beat its earnings estimate. And all these tourists don't know what the hell they're doing. Start buying. They don't know what that means. They beat their own estimate. It's their estimate. It's the estimate they fed to Wall Street, to the analyst who covers them. But people are now buying an estimate that's been beaten. It's all fake. And you think this market's not going to crash? What are you, nuts? This is crazy. So that's how people are making their mind up now to buy. No more on forward PE ratios. Nobody cares about PE anymore. Nobody cares. You know, see, we've gotten so spoiled. Since 2008 to 2022, we've gotten so spoiled. Nobody cares about PE ratios, about values anymore. Because remember, tech stocks would just go up. Even when tech stocks were losing money. Even Apple kept going up when it has negative revenues. Who cares? They just keep going up. As long as we could keep printing money, giving it to the companies, as long as we could keep printing money, keep buying treasuries, so the treasury yield would go down, and then Powell could take and lower his Fed short-term rates down to loan you, the CEO of a company, money at 0 or 0.1%. Then you take the money and you reduce your outstanding shares. That pushes up your earnings without having any earnings, and it pushes up your profits without having any profits. This went on for 12 years, and people are still buying stocks. Now, we bought stocks all the way up too, but guess what? We bought our oil stocks when nobody wanted them. We bought Schlumberger when Schlumberger was right on June 28th. Schlumberger was around $47. Today it's around I think it's $52 today, $58. But remember, that's a 20% return. But people are buying it today. Who the hell would buy it today? Tourists. They don't know what they're doing. It's the same thing when we bought all our bank stocks. We bought them when nobody wanted these bank stocks. So just give you an idea. Take J.P. Morgan. We bought J.P. Morgan when J.P. Morgan was around, I don't know, it was around $139. And then it got up to about $157. That was a nice profit. That was 13%. Boom. Took profits. Now we're ready to short. Apple. We bought Apple when nobody wanted Apple. We bought Apple back in, I think it was back in, it was back in March, yeah, right around the first beginning of March 2023. We bought it around $152. And we took profits around $195. 28% return. But now it just turned red on our color-coded chart. We started to short Apple. So we're going to catch you on the way up, catch you on the way down. So we don't care about what they say, because everything they're doing right now is they're lying to you. I mean, to tell you to buy stocks just because they beat their estimates, are you out of your mind? That's crazy. Look, just like they keep telling us, everything's going to be fine. Everything's great. We're going to have a soft landing because we got a strong labor market. If I hear the strong labor market one more time, I'm going to scream. We don't have a strong labor market. How can you say it's a strong labor market? Are you kidding me? Strong labor market? This is nuts. You don't have a strong labor market when we have a recession in manufacturing, when we had 280% more people lose jobs in 2023 for the first half, we're not even done yet, than all of 2022. Are you kidding? I mean, these companies are in deep trouble. And now we got, don't forget, all these these banks are in deep trouble. All these commercial loans are going bad, defaults. The only thing you can do, again, is sell short. I know I say that every day. I don't know what else to tell you. You sell short. And as long as you understand the bond market, and then if you understand the bond market, the yields, when they start going up, you know the market's going down. When those yields get too high, there's nothing else. I don't care what anybody tells you, the market's going to go down. When those yields go down, the market goes up. And then because of understanding the yields, we designed our own chart, but we color code it for buy and sell so that it works right along with the yields. So when we get a solid green to buy, we know it's solid, and we also know the yields are down. That's called smart money. So the strong labor market? No, we don't have a strong labor market. Not when you have a recession in manufacturing. How can we have a strong labor market? We got record high credit card balances. We got record low savings. And we got the highest number of retirees ever had to go back to work. 54%, or 3 out of 5 full-time people, have to have a part-time job. And 48% of our workers can't cover their basics to live at home. And guess what? The withdrawals. They're withdrawing their savings, their 401ks, their home equity, and they're telling everything's fine. Learn how to short, and you'll be fine. Join our gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Bill's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Let's remind ourselves of the fact that whilst, all this hawkish behavior has been going on, the labor market has stayed very, very strong and the economy has stayed very strong. And let's figure out why.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Boy, is that idiotic. Understand the labor market. We got the worst labor market possible, because here's what happened. During COVID, when Biden turned around and Harris, instead of increasing productivity, giving people a hand up, they gave handouts. So with all this money, folks didn't go back to work. After the COVID, they stayed home because they had all this money. Why go back to work? Then you had the backbone of our economy, small businesses, begging for people to come back to work. So they started to pay people. If a person was getting paid $15, they paid them $20. That wasn't enough to come back. Then they paid them $25, $30. They came back to work. But the problem doing that, if the economy didn't grow, and the economy would have to grow twice as fast to support that kind of labor market where wages were going up so drastically, if they didn't grow the economy, all these businesses would go out. And they're the backbone of our business, our country, rather. And that's what happened. So our economy has been growing at 2.4% on average. That's horrible. When Biden took over, it was 6.5%. So now all these small businesses are going out because their labor costs are too high. But they lie and say, boy, the labor market's strong. No, it's just the opposite. It's just the opposite. And when your labor market is made up mostly where people have to go get part-time jobs, you call that a strong labor market? To me, a strong labor market, you don't need a second job. That's a strong labor market. But when people have a full-time job and they got to go find another part-time job, they're calling that a strong labor market. What are you, nuts? That's not a strong labor market. And when the husband's got a full-time job and working a part-time job, and then mom's working a part-time job, they're calling that a strong labor market. I'm calling that you're screwed. Strong labor market. So Biden and Harris screwed all that up. But see, it wasn't just Harris and Biden. It was Obama. He did the same thing in 2009 when he took over. He didn't want to grow the economy either. He, too, wanted to grow the welfare state. You know, they always believe, right? You hear them always say, always take advantage of a good opportunity. So when people are hurting like they are now, they figure, okay, if we can give them a lot of freebies, give them free cell phones, give them this, give them that, they'll be a Democrat their whole life. And that's how they think. So instead of thinking what would be best for the country, it's always power, power, power. What would be the best for me in the White House? What would be best for Congress? What would be best for the senator? See that, and the senators, the problem we got with those bums, they're in there for 6 years before they get reelected. Everybody forgets how they screwed everything up. By the time the election comes back, nobody remembers what he did wrong. That's the worst thing, to have a senator being reelected every 6 years. That's stupid. That's why they're in there when they're 90 and 102, and soon they're going to be 125 when they're in there. My Lord. Look at the people in there. They're senile. The cost of cleaning the chamber has gone up by 22% because of all the drool. They're drooling all over their desk and everything in there. Are you kidding? Unbelievable. Now they got a sector in the bathrooms for all these urine bags they're carrying around with them. They're so old. This is crazy. And you want to know why? And we got to stop electing stupid people, but we don't elect the people anymore. So what do you do with the stock market? The market's still the best place to make money. When things get worse, believe it or not, the market's the best place. There's no other place you're going to make money. You're not going to make money in your 401k like you ever can make money in the stock market. It's just a fact. But you got to know how to make money when the market goes down. Here, just give you one stock. I'll just put up Schlumberger. Give me a Schlumberger for a moment. So we got into Schlumberger and went up about 20%. Okay. Now what's going to happen when it starts coming down, the average trader, what he's going to do, he's going to go get out and he's going to look for another stock. But the problem, the next stock he looks for is already up 20% as well and is coming down. And he gets in hoping it's going to go up instead of doing what we do. Schlumberger's up 20%, take our profit, our color-coded chart turns red, telling us it's safe to go in and short it, money's coming out. That's the beautiful thing about the color-coded chart. It tells you when money's going in and money's coming out. Now, the only thing that's working right now is oil, but we got to be careful because there's no demand for oil, especially in China, India, our own country, there's no demand. The only thing that's keeping oil up is OPEC's cutting the amount of oil they're producing. So as I told my members, look, let's just stay with it. It's working. And remember, all of our tech stocks were working, our bank stocks were working, but we got them all at the very beginning. But what's happening now? People are jumping into the market now because they're going to listen to what they're saying this fake business networks are going to say. They're going to keep telling you everything's fine, everything's great, we're going to have a soft landing, which is a total lie. I mean, how can everything be great? It makes no sense when we have the deficits that we have and when they keep spending wildly. Are you kidding? And remember this. When we had that biggest crash from November 2022 to November 2021 to October 22, that was the big tech crash. Remember this. The same reasons that market crashed 38%, the tech stock, still exists today. Nothing's changed. We still have this destruction of our oil independence. That's here today. How about rising rates? Rates still going up. Do we have deficits? Bigger than ever. Now, these were the things that took that market down from, again, 38%, took the NASDAQ stocks down 38% from November 2001 to November 2022. Rising rates, we have those. Deficits, they're bigger now. Inflation, much bigger now. Yield curve, much wider now. Our national debt, yeah, it's increased national debt, much more now. How about slow economic growth? It's even slowing more. How about our trade deficit? Big time increasing. So you see what I'm trying to tell you? Weak productivity, weak manufacturing. These are the reasons that took the stock market down starting in November 2021. They're the exact same condition we're in today, but they're oh no, the market's not going to come down. Everything's going to be a soft landing. Now, what are you, nuts? And for the last 14 months, not only is the yield curve getting wider, look at the cost of money. Banks can't make money at 5.4%. In their 10-year, is it 4? How are they going to make any money selling mortgages? They can't. So the same reasons that the market went down, the big tech crash we had, still exists today. But you shouldn't be afraid of that. You should be embracing that. Say, I'm going to short. I'm going to learn how to short. And the other thing you're going to learn here at Phil's Gang from myself and Steve and Willie is how to read the yields. The yields are always truthful. If you read the yields, they will always tell you which direction the market's going to go. Combine that with the color-coded chart you're going to get to use free for 10 days. You'll see it works. Then you're always going to be on the right side of the market. And you can, again, 10 days. 10 days, free. And you got the best teachers in the world. You really do here. And we make it fun. Everything's online. I'm telling you right now, the biggest mistake they're making is they won't stop spending. And the other big problem they have is they won't increase productivity. So that means we got a great opportunity in selling short and a great opportunity when the dollar drops to buy gold because everybody's going to head for gold miners. So join tonight, philsgang.com, where it says get started. See you on the show.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.